Hello, everybody. I'm Side Rivers Trains, and I have a couple of things that I want to talk to you guys about. One, I do have an update. Two, I want to talk about the announcements, and that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started with the second thing, the announcements from Bachmann. Wow, Flying Scotsman, never saw that one coming. To be honest, I pretty much thought that I couldn't believe that one. That one was kind of like, oh my gosh. So Flying Scotsman is being made, and he's a new tooling. Very nice, very 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 nice. Such a great announcement to hear, and Knapford Station getting a reissue. I'm pretty excited for that one because I missed out on the previous release, and I kind of have a feeling Bachmann is bringing back their buildings in certain enlightenments only because of the HO scale figurines. Because, well, if you really think about it, I got this on a whim. I got the Maithwaite station from the man himself, Terrence the Tractor 525. It wasn't free. I did pay it back. When I got paid, I paid him through PayPal, and I ended up getting the Knapford Station, and it's really really nice. I appreciate you Terrence, Christian V, dude, you're awesome. That is a true story. I'm surprised he hasn't really talked about it much, because I would say me and him are fairly somewhat close, I guess, but not like best friends or anything, but we're just acquaintances, I should say. But yeah, I respect him for helping me get this, and I did pay him back fully. So anyway, back to what I was saying. The HO figurines that came out fairly recently, awesome. I do like them. I do plan on getting them. And honestly, I can't lie. I think Bachmann's going to bring back their buildings. I'm not 100%, sold on that, but I do have a feeling they're bringing them back. But yeah, Flying Scotsman and Knapford Station, great announcements. And then the previous announcements, I think a year ago now, or earlier this year. I think it was earlier this year that they announced the reissue of the Tar Tanker, the Sodor China Clay Car, the diesel fuel flatbed. I've been asking for that one for so long. Oh, I'm glad that one's a thing. What's the other one? The 80th anniversary Thomas stuff. I'm down to get both box vans and the train set, of course. I'm really looking forward to that train set. So there's a lot of great announcements for Thomas and Friends from Bachmann. Even Mattel, but I'm not getting that. I'm not getting the Mattel stuff. Mattel, I have a really, really love-hate relationship with them, so I'm not really all into the Mattel motorized line, not even their die-cast line. I know some people are loving them, and that's cool. I'm just not one of them. Maybe I'll change my mind if I see them in person. I have yet to see them in person. But anyway, with the announcements out of the way, let's go ahead and get into the updates. So I moved the narrow gauge section, as you can see, from over here to right here, only because I kind of realized they didn't have a station to get to, at least between standard and narrow gauge. And I didn't like the placement of Maithwaite Station. I did not like the placement of where it is at. It was originally right here, where Skarloey is. It was originally there, facing that way, and I did not like it. It looked like crap. Well, not like crap. It really irked me the wrong way, and it just kind of made me feel like, yeah, that doesn't look right. So I moved the narrow gauge section. I got rid of the bridge, and honestly, I don't think I'm gonna have a standard gauge bridge going across anymore. Because if I do, I'm probably gonna have to customize and make my own bridge, probably like a viaduct style, to where the pillars don't get in the way of the track, and they would all have to be their own different, like, unique designs. And especially over there where the three curves meet in the back section over there, that's hard to get around, and I really got annoyed with it really quick. So I decided to ultimately say I'm gonna have to deal without a bridge for right now, because I do plan on making a tiny extension to the main table here. I'm gonna replace this curve and this curve here with a switch, and have them come exactly this way to meet right here, right there. And I'm either going to put like a bridge or something right here. Like it's going to be probably like a little bar that I can take on and off and unclip the track and everything. So, or I'm going to make like a little drawbridge. So they'll probably be fused together or something. But that's pretty much the plan, to incorporate a bridge into this main layout. But nothing's set in stone yet, so I might have to get someone over to kind of help me with that if I'm wanting to do something in that regard. Now, in this big empty space where, well, all the track and Bertie and Terrence are at, I'm thinking about doing a narrow gauge extension. A narrow gauge extension. Basically, I'm thinking about, if I really wanted to have a bridge on here, it would most likely have to be narrow gauge / in scale. And the reasoning why that is because I really thought about it. It makes the most sense, because you can have a switch back here, have it gradually come up over the main track and curve into here, have it gradually come down, and then you can have like another oval of track. So, and if this is a double line, I could have 3 of the narrow gauge engines running simultaneously. But the bridge section is kind of a pain, because if a train is stuck going in this direction, if a train's stuck going in this direction, they can't get out. They would have to back up onto the bridge and everything. I do have a solution for that, and the solution is plastic joiners. I will probably have to somehow make it to where it can come, the bridge is going to come down into here, and then there's going to be like a little switch or something back here to where it kind of S-curves, and then you can go back up the bridge and around, and then come right back down here and into this line. And of course, you're stuck over here again, so I would probably make some sort of switch to where you can get back onto the where like none of this track over here that I did is permanent, but I'll probably have another switch to make you kind of curve, turn back around, go up to the come up to the bridge or something, to where you can go back around and do it again. So, an endless loop. Now, if Bachmann Easy Track, I'm not sure if it can do it with the plastic joiners. If any in-scale modeler out there uses Bachmann Easy Track, please let me know if that will be possible to kind of break the circuit. If so, please do let me know in the comments, because I really want to do that. But other than that, that's pretty much, it in terms of doing, modeling for the narrow gauge and standard gauge. Because I'm pretty much happy with everything that I have currently. I got my double loop line. I got my little branch line section to come, through a yard, crossing over the main line, through here, around, meeting up with the narrow gauge engines, and then back around onto the main line. And then, you got your big switches there where you can get on and off the main line and back onto the branch line. So it's very confusing somewhat to do, a main line and a branch line on this style of layout, but I think with Bachmann Easy Track, I want to say I'm kind of limited with how much I can do. If anybody has any different suggestions for track, please let me know where I can probably do a lot more. As long as it's not Kato, because Kato doesn't have a roundhouse. So if anybody has any suggestions, let me know. I'm open. I'm open to any suggestions, any comments or feedback that you guys may have. And I really appreciate it. So anyway, thank you all for watching. Please stay tuned. Sorry it took me this long. I've just been struggling to get out here. The heat wave in the south has been, it's been a pain in the neck. So I haven't been out here working as much, but once the weather died down a little bit in terms of temperature, I finally came out here and worked a little bit, but not by much. But anyway, thanks everybody for tuning in. This has been Cyberverse Trains, and I'll see you guys next time. See you later.